Good morning. Myself Vandana Sharma, Assistant Professor CDOE, Jaipur National University, welcomes you all in BCA Semester 2. We are doing Unit 12 in JavaScript. In this session, in this video, we will be focusing on functions, user-defined functions and built-in functions. So let's start with the session now. What is the meaning of functions in Java? How can you define the functions? Why we use the functions? Need of the functions and types of functions we will be discussing. Let's start now. What are the basically functions means? Functions are used to perform in specific actions, like sum function is there, minimum function is there, alert function is there, write function is there. All these are the functions which have their specific purposes and their specific methods associated with them, and they can be used as and when required according to the requirement. So basically, what are the functions? Functions are the group of reusable codes. Once the code is written and saved in JavaScript or in any of the programming language, you can reuse it as and when required. Suppose we are working for a website, we are creating a website where we will be accepting the information from the user in multiple ways, and there are some set of actions which can be processed upon on the information. So for those particular actions we can create some functions. Suppose we are creating the mark sheet kind of things is there, then we need to accept the marks, we add them, we calculate the percentage. Suppose we need to display the name with the surname on the screen, so we can use concatenate function for them. There are multiple functions, we can define them according to our requirement and we can use them as and when required. So they are the basically reusable codes, very helpful. Yes, these are the reusable codes that can be called anywhere in your program. It eliminates the need of writing the same code again and again, working on the big projects where we need to do a task for 1000 people, 100 students, 500 students, when we have multiple things there. So to write the code again and again for 1000 of students, 100 of people there, we can create the function once and we can just call it whenever it is required. So it helps programmer in writing the modular codes. Basically, function-based programming is known as modular programming because when we are creating the projects, we divide our project in multiple modules. For the multiple modules, multiple functions will be created, and in the main project, in the main program, in the main code, those multiple modules will be called. Like you call the specific people, specific person for the specific task. In the same way, in the main code, in the main page of your website, you will call the multiple functions which you have created. So that becomes the modular programming. That increase the efficiency of the programmer also. Functions allow a programmer to divide a big program into a number of small functions. Like any other advanced programming language, JavaScript also supports this feature. This feature is supported by all programming languages. That is the part of the programming language. In the JavaScript, we have these functions. You must have used these functions frequently. We use in every program alert and write. These are the functions which are used to display the output on the screen. Write, display the information on the screen on your web page basically. And alert function is used to display the information in form of pop-ups of the screen. That displays on the screen like pop-ups. So these are the two separate functions. They are built-in functions. We will focus and we will discuss about built-in functions in detail in this session. in this session. Right now we are just discussing that alert and write, these are the two most frequently used functions in your web pages and why they are used. So in the earlier chapters we have used these functions. Now we will be discussing about these functions in detail. Now we have functions. What are the functions? What do you mean by it? Before we use a function, we need to define it. How to defining a function? The most common way to define a function in JavaScript is by using the function keyword. This function keyword will be used followed by a unique function name, a list of parameters and a statement block surrounded by curly braces. Okay, you have to write down the name of the function, then you have to put the curly braces. Again, we are discussing curly braces are basically used to decide the range and a scope of a particular statement. All statement you need to execute will be written within the curly brackets. Like this, you can see function, this is the keyword. Then the name of the function which you have kept, you can decide any name according to the function purpose. Then the parameter list. Parameter list is required or it is not mandatory. You can give it as per your requirement of the function. Then you will start the curly brackets, like suppose I am just creating a function to print hello on the screen. Then for saying hello, there is no argument required there. Only hello will be printed on the screen. Hello, my first JavaScript program. And if I am printing hello with a specific name, then that specific name will be saved in a variable, will be kept in a variable, and that variable name will be used in the parameter list. That variable name will be held by this function and will be carried to the area wherever it is required. Now, how to start this? We have started with the first function. This is the sample for the first function is in the red color. This is the keyword function and this is the name of the function. Say hello. Say hello is the name. Name of function. This is the keywords. You all know keywords. Keywords are the reserved word by the programming language, a specific language. Every language has their own keywords. Then we have these curly brackets. Then this is the alert is the function and this is the argument given in this. So whenever we call this function, calling means using the function in a specific section of your web page. Whenever you will call this function, then just by writing this name of the function and clicking somewhere with the help of button, whatever interaction way you create, this hello there will be printed on the screen. Alert, a pop-up will be displayed on the screen, hello there. Then now, we have two categories. We have discussed about functions. What are the functions? Now functions can be divided in two categories, user defined functions and the built-in functions. What are the user defined function? As its name shows, user defined, defined by the user, defined by the programmer itself. So these are the functions which we create, which you will be creating. So JavaScript refers to a function that you as a programmer create in your code to perform a specific task. For a specific task, you will create a function. Unlike built-in JavaScript functions, are which are, as again its name shows, built-in. The functions which are built-in by the JavaScript itself. They are kind of ready-made functions. Okay, like you order something which is, you got it ready-made. You just have to use it. But you are cooking something with all the ingredients at your home. You are collecting the ingredients, you are cooking it and then you have made a dish. and one dish which you have ordered from the Swiggy, that is the built-in, and the which you have created is the user-defined. So, this is the difference between created and creating, two different things. So, user-defined functions are the custom functions designed to solve particular problems, encapsulate repeated logic. Okay, these can be used repeatedly as and when required. These functions are defined by the user using the function keyword or other syntaxes like arrow functions and can be used to perform operations. Take inputs parameters, return the output. We will be discussing about these keywords now. So, why we use user-defined functions? If you have, we have so many built-in functions there in the library. In every programming languages, they have their own libraries. Libraries contains multiple built-in functions, 100 of built-in functions are there. Then why we create user-defined functions? Just let's read about it. Reusability. You can call the same function multiple times, avoiding repeated code. Organization is there, breaking your code into smaller, manageable pieces, making it more organized and easier to debug. Okay, so you can, when we are doing the modular programming, then tasks are given to multiple peoples and they, each one of them will give their efficiency and give their way to present the things. So, if multiple people are doing the same thing, then things will be more organized and more efficient. And if one person is doing all the things, then there will be less of efficiency and less of organization. Abstraction, you can hide complex operations inside functions, making your code cleaner and more understandable. Now we have built-in functions are the, what are the built-in functions? Built-in functions are the ready-made prepared functions by the language itself, which can be used by the programmer, and they are the functions, they have their specific list of arguments, they have their specific functions to perform according to requirement, which functions you require, you need, you can use them. Like we have given some examples of the functions like parseInt. ParseInt is the inbuilt function which converts a string to a integer. Okay, you will give a string and that function will returns integer value of given string. Suppose I am giving capital A, then you will get the 65. If I am giving small a, you will get the 97. These are their codes. Parsefloat, it converts a string to a floating point number. Concat, concat is a function which is used to join two strings, concatenation. Two lowercase, as its name shows, given string will be converted to the lowercase, given string will be converted to the uppercase letters, and trim means removing these spaces. This function removes the white spaces from the both end of the string. Both end of the string means at the beginning of the string and at the end of the string, whatever spaces are there will be removed. So, these are the built-in functions. They are the provided by the language to perform the common operations. For the general common operations, we have multiple inbuilt functions. You can use them. These functions come as a part of the JavaScript runtime environment like the browser or Node.js and can be used directly without needing to define them yourself. Now, there is the example for the function now, how you will write the functions in your code. First of all, we have to give the name of the function. Then you will take the name of variable where the answer of the function will be stored and then the function name and the parameter list. Just take the example. In the above example, we have defined a JavaScript function using function expression and assigned it to a variable name, my function. Name of the function is my function, constant, my function, then function is taking two variables x and y, then what it returns, whatever value is passed. Now basically this is the name of the function here, this is the argument passed to a function. Now in the function code, whatever operation is given, whatever functioning is given there will be applied to these arguments. These are the two variables x and y. This x and y is given and passed by the function. These variables will be added and return. Return means returning the answer, returning the value. You can do it explicitly in the third variable also. Return, you can write like this, return sum equals to x plus y. So this return sum, and then we can write sum will be passed, and then this answer can be used wherever it is required. Now we have calling a function. Just now we created the function. How you will call it? To invoke a function, somewhere later in the script you will simply need write the name of the function. You can create the function, and whenever it is required you just have to write down the name of the function. Like we have given say hello is the function written there. Say hello is the function. The say hello function prints the hello message on the screen. You can use it as a pop-up and you can simply display the message on your web page. Yes, now this is the example there. Script type JavaScript text. Then the function is created. This is the name of the function keyword. Say hello is the function. This opening and closing bracket means no argument. Then hello there will be printed. Function is closed. Now what we can do? We have created here a form. In the form we have taken input a button. We have taken a button there as an input box, and what is the function, what is the attribute applied on it? On click means on clicking on this specific button, say hello function is called. This is the calling of the function. Okay, this is the calling of the function. So now here operation will be applied. What operation? Which is written here. Value is say hello. Value what will be printed on this button? That is the value. This is the operation. This is what is printed on the screen, and this is the which type of control, which type of form control, input control we are taking. We have multiple types of input controls: radio buttons, text boxes, then check boxes, then simply buttons are there. So what kind of input box you are taking? So now see, this is the output. This is the message printed, say hello. This is the button. We have written there value. So value is printed there. Now when you will click on this button, then you will get the output on the screen. Now what are the parameters? Just now we have discussed that our say hello function was blank without parameters. Without parameters. So till now we have seen functions without parameters, but there is a facility to pass different parameters while calling a function. These passed parameters can be captured inside the function and any manipulation can be done over those parameters. Okay, whatever parameters are given, those parameters like we discussed about x and y. X and y were two variables, integer variables passed to the function, and then we applied add function on them, return x plus y. So that's what we are discussing here. How can you pass a values or variables to the functions? Now see, this is the function again we are discussing about there. Click the hello button, form input type. We are taking the input type button. On click, say hello Zara. So we are passing now these two values to function. Earlier it was only printing hello world. Now name Zara and 7 is the roll number, you can say, age you can say. So these two arguments are, this is called passing the argument to a function. Value is, again say hello. Now how the value will be passed? See, we have, first of all you will get this message printed on the screen. As you will click on this say hello button, then Zara is 7 years old will be printed there. So in this way you will get the output. Now we have return statement. In this function we are only printing the argument, we are just printing the value, the name and the age of the student was given there and it was printed on the screen. Now some mathematical functions are there, like we discussed concat function. You will give two strings, their concatenation will be done, stored in a variable and will be given to you. If two numbers are given, two numbers will be added, will be multiplied, will be subtracted and their answer will be returned. So what answer the function is giving back to us is known as returning. Returning can be taken in a particular variable and it can be of any type. A JavaScript function can have an optional return statement. This is required if you want to return a value from a function. This statement should be the last statement in a function. For example, you can pass two numbers we are passing like say x and y in a function and then you can expect the function to return their multiplication. You can take it like this, x and y these are the two variables passed and here you can write return x multiply by y. So now this function is returning multiplication of these two variables, these two arguments passed to it. Now we have taken the example and for that example we have created second function. Two functions are there, one is the concatenation. In the concatenation function we have taken two variables, first and last. First will hold the and full is the another third variable who will take the addition of these two numbers, concatenation of these two strings and return full. So answer will be returned there. Okay. In this function we have taken a second function. No arguments are written there. We are not passing any argument to it and result is there concatenate. Only it will be printed on the screen with the help of the alert function as a pop-up. It is not returning something, it is just printing alert result. So whatever value is stored in the result contains the concatenation. This function we have called here and we have given these two values. Okay, so in this way we can do. So this is the example there. In this way your alert function shows the output as a pop-up on the screen, Zara Ali. We have given the name. As you will click on call function, You are clicking it on the call function, and how you will call the function? In the form tag, you will write input. You will take the input, what type of control you are taking, and what function we are applying on it. On click. On click, this function will be called here, and what will be printed on the button, that is the call function. Call function is there. On click, that particular function will be called, and the names were written there, Zara Ali, which is printed on the screen. So, in this way, we have discussed in this session about what are the functions, what are the user type functions, and what are the built-in functions. So, using this video, you can create your own user defined functions and you can use built-in functions. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.